Hello, movie lovers. Bob for Bob's movie review here, and today I'm bringing you a new Blu-ray and DVD shopping guide and reviews for Tuesday, December 24th, 2019. So just one last time, I want to ask you guys to go check out my shopping guide. Only a few people have entered the giveaway, so I would really like it if more people entered. Give some different people a chance to win. I'm giving away some movies on there, but and also next week, I don't think I'm going to be doing a shopping guide. There isn't really too much releasing. I did get a code for Bully, so I'll probably review that the next week. Other than that, I don't have any movies to review for next week, so I don't think there'll be a shopping guide, unfortunately. But let's get into this week, guys. Remember, as always, you can find affiliate links to purchase these movies down in the description below, and doing so does help support the channel. So first up this week, guys, we have The Gallows Act II. This one's releasing on a Blu-ray, DVD, and digital copy combo pack. Amazon, Best Buy, and Target $19.99. Walmart, no listing. Also releasing on a DVD. Best Buy $13.99. Walmart $14.26. Amazon and Target $14.89. Now, Lionsgate did send me over a copy of The Gallows Act II for review. This one has one of those real kind of papery feeling slipcovers. Kind of a cool picture there. What does it say? Evil chooses you. Here's a look at the back. I honestly don't remember what the discs look like. They were just plain discs there. So there was a movie that came out a few years ago called The Gallows, and I guess this is a sequel to it. There's some stuff calling back to the first one, but it's kind of just its own movie for the most part. And I was trying to remember, because I remember they had a couple of these movies come out a few years ago about the Charlie Challenge, and that's what this movie is really about. And I was trying to remember if the first Gallows was about the Charlie Challenge, but to be honest, I don't remember, and I'm guessing it was, but I just can't remember. So in this, there's this teenage girl, and she's got this YouTube channel, and I'm not sure what she does on there, just talks about her life, I guess. And she has like 200 subscribers, and it goes down to 198. And, she's kind of feeling like she's not having a lot of success. And randomly, somebody messages her, and they're like, you should try the Charlie Challenge. And they send her this video. This other guy did it, and he had like 1 million views or 10 million views. I can't remember. So she's like, well, I'll give it a try. And so she's got to read these passages from this book, and she's recording it. And she's like, well, nothing happened. And next thing you know, she's got like 1 million views on it. And kind of strange stuff starts happening. Now, to continue her fame, she also wants to be an actor. She keeps doing these videos, and the stuff keeps getting more and more, the spirits or whatever it is, they keep kind of reacting more and doing more. Now, at first I thought, it was kind of a little bit overacting. Like, you're on YouTube and you're like, oh, I'm super excited about everything, like a lot of people do. And I guess it's more exciting to watch, but it's so fake. And, at first I was like, okay, that's just kind of like she's doing her YouTube personality. But she was kind of overacting through the whole movie. And it wasn't terrible. It wasn't really annoying me or anything, but she was just too like overly cheerful, and just seemed to be overacting a little bit. And then the main guy in it, I mean, he looked way too old to be playing a high school student. I don't know, maybe it was just me, but I just did not believe him as a high school student. And so yeah, like I said, just these things keep progressing. The ending to me, I don't know, it was a little strange kind of thing they did with the ending. But overall, I enjoyed this movie, guys. It did have a creepy atmosphere. It did have some good jump scares. I think I jumped a couple times on this one. I believe the other one was like a found footage. This one isn't. I mean, they do have the parts where she's like recording herself. She's using like a laptop or something, so it's just a stationary camera. The rest of it is, just filmed like a standard movie. But check this one out, guys. I did give this one a 3 out of 5. I just want to mention, too, it is rated R for some disturbing, violent content. But this is a fun one. Now, I do have a couple movies that I reviewed last week, if you guys watched last week's video, but they're actually releasing this week. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? If I have a deadline that's before the release date, do I re-review it the next week? I don't know. So first up is The Kill Team. This one is releasing on a Blu-ray and digital. Amazon and Best Buy $14.99, Walmart $16.58, and Target $17.29. It is also releasing on a DVD. Best Buy $13.99, Amazon and Target $14.89, and Walmart no listing. Now Lionsgate did send me over a copy of this one for review. Here's a look at the front and the back and the inside plain blue disc. This is a A24 title, and it's based on a true story about these soldiers, and they're in Afghanistan, and it's kind of like this young guy, like maybe fresh out of high school, and he joins the army, and he ends up going to Afghanistan, and he kind of has, like a lot of people I think do, this kind of romantic view of what war is like, and he gets there, and it's really not what he expects, and things aren't going real good. But then they get like this new commander or whatever he is, and he comes in, and things really start to change. This guy's kind of really manipulative, and he's really almost even turning the guys against each other. And then he starts to suspect that the commander is actually murdering people, and he kind of tries to turn him in, but then he becomes fearful that his own men are going to kill him. Very interesting movie, guys. I really enjoyed this one. Probably one of the ones for sure to check out this week. The Kill Team. Great movie. 3.5 out of 5. Next up is Judy. This one is releasing on a Blu-ray, DVD, and digital. Amazon, Best Buy, and Target $19.99. Walmart $29.90. I'm guessing that price is probably a little bit different in stores. Also releasing on a DVD. Amazon, Best Buy, and Walmart $22.99. Target $23.99. Now, Lionsgate did send over a copy of Judy for review. Great slipcover here. You got Renee Zellweger as Judy Garland. Kind of a cool picture. There's a lot of real sparkly stuff on the front and the back. Just a neat look. I don't know that I've ever really seen a slipcover that's kind of sparkly like that. Plain discs. Seems like all these Lionsgate titles this week have plain discs, huh? So this one is a documentary about Judy Garland. Now, unfortunately, because I would have expected it to cover more of her life, this is mainly towards the end of her life, where she goes to London and she's performing in London to try to make money so she can support her kids and live with her kids. But she doesn't have any money, so they have to go live with her dad. And she doesn't want to go to London, but she kind of doesn't really have a lot of options. At the same time, it does have some flashbacks to her younger, when she just got into acting and kind of like all the stuff she was going through. But it's not really a focus of the movie. The main focus is the time in London up to her death. Now, this was an interesting movie, and Renee Zellweger was great. But to me, it just wasn't really super interesting source material. Like, I think like you're not really as much interested in kind of the end of their career as, the highlights of their career. And I don't know. To me, it was just a little too slow, and not somebody who I'm familiar with, and not probably a period of their life that I would particularly love to watch a movie about. But overall, I think this was an okay movie. And if you guys are into Judy Garland, definitely check this one out. I gave it a 3 out of 5. Next up is Adopt a Highway. This one is releasing on a Blu-ray. Amazon and Target $12.99, Best Buy $14.99, and Walmart no listing. Also releasing on a DVD, Amazon and Best Buy $13.99, Target $14.59, and Walmart $20.55. Now, RLJE Films did send me over a copy for review of Adopt a Highway. This one stars Ethan Hawke, and he's really, over the past couple years, he's become one of my favorite actors. Another great performance in this one. Now, this was my second time viewing it, as RLJE Films will a lot of times provide me with links to watch the films when they hit theaters. Now, this one was a super interesting one about this guy named Russ. And Russ has been in prison, I thought it was 25 years, but I guess it was only 21 years. And I wish they had gone into it a little more, but basically he went to prison because of California's 3-strike rule. They don't say what the first 2 strikes were, and I kind of feel like that's important to the movie because they want to kind of establish that it probably wasn't real fair what happened to him, and that he had some bad luck, and that it could have happened to anybody. I think they said his 3rd strike, he had an ounce of pot on him, but since it was his 3rd strike, he got sentenced to like 25 years or something. And even the guy's like, pot's not even illegal now. And, they don't do the 3-strike rule anymore. But he's still in jail. And I feel like, this is a common thing that happens. Like, you're in jail and that it's not even illegal anymore, but you can't get out. And I don't know. To me, it just seems like this kind of stuff happens a lot in this country. But like I said, they try to establish that he's kind of had some bad luck, and he's not like a hard criminal, but they also don't say what the first two strikes were. So I wish they had gone into that a little bit. But anyways, he gets out, and the first time I watched it, I kind of felt like he had a developmental disability. Second time, I kind of wondered if maybe it's just, spending 20 years in prison. He was just kind of, I don't know, he wasn't real good at socializing, and, he didn't necessarily know how a lot of stuff worked because he had been in prison so long, and he just kind of forgot how life worked. I don't know. They don't really get into it. As another issue I had with this one is that it's obvious that he has having some sort of issues, but is it just getting back into the population, or is it that he did have some sort of disability? Now he's doing good, and he's working at this fast food restaurant, and everything's going good for him. And one night he's taking out the trash, and he finds a baby in a dumpster, and he doesn't know what to do at first, and then he takes the baby and he takes it home, and he doesn't really know what to do, and he kind of starts taking care of the baby, but then he starts looking into it, and he finds out that it could be kidnapping, and he could go to jail. And then he gets kind of really scared because he just got out of jail. They end up kind of finding out, and I don't want to give away too much more. It's a super interesting movie. Like I said, Ethan Hawke was great. There's this one part where he kind of goes on this bus ride. And to me, it's kind of the downfall of the movie because, well, it doesn't ruin the movie by any means. It's just kind of a large portion where he's on this bus ride and nothing really super interesting is happening. And I didn't really feel like it added anything to the movie or the character. But I do feel like it kind of kept this movie from being great. I did really enjoy this one, guys. Second viewing, maybe I liked it a little more. I don't know. It's pretty close. There is a pretty good movie. Definitely check this one out, guys. I give it a 3.5 out of 5. Next up is After Party. This one's releasing on a Blu-ray. Amazon and Best Buy $14.99. Target and Walmart no listing. And it's also releasing on a DVD. Amazon $11.99. Best Buy and Target $17.99. And Walmart no listing. Now I have a couple things to review for you guys that I received late, or I just sat on forever. But I want to review those for you guys real quick. First up, I have The Curse of Oak Island. This is the first 6 seasons all on DVD. This huge 50 million, 23 disc set. Now I haven't watched every episode. I haven't watched quite a few, but this thing is almost 66 hours long. It would take me a long time. I want to get my thought outs to you guys though on what I've seen so far. So this show is about this island. Was it north of Michigan or in the island? It's in the ocean obviously, but it's near Michigan, and it's got this legend that there's all this buried treasure, and it follows these two brothers and a group of guys who have dedicated a lot to finding this treasure. Time, energy, money. And, I've really enjoyed what I've seen so far. It's kind of like one of those things, they say where it's a really bad car crash and you just can't look away. And it's not necessarily a car crash because it's bad, but because these guys just keep sinking more and more money into finding this treasure, and they don't really find anything, and it's kind of funny too, because I don't know whether to laugh or feel sorry for these guys, but somebody will come to them and they'll be like, oh yeah, this is where Dennis Rodman buried all his gold, and they're like, oh yeah, that sounds probably could be true. And so they're just like listening to all these stories and going to all these different places and looking for this treasure. At the same time, you kind of wonder, like, something's got to be going on here, right? There's got to be something somewhere. Someone just has to figure out how to find it. And I don't know, guys. I really like this one. I think it's a fun one to check out. Like I said, seasons 1 through 6 in one box set right now are available. I gave this show a 3.5 out of 5. I do believe this is still on too, so it's not over yet. All right, last thing, guys. 4 Digital Media sent over The Curse of Halloween Jack for review. This has this cool shiny slipcover. It's probably going to be like all messed up in the actual video, but this was a sequel to what was it called? Something Halloween Jack. But anyways, this is an English movie. And there's like this cult, and these cops come to arrest them, and they get into a gunfight, and they end up like killing everybody, and then somehow one of them becomes Halloween Jack. I don't know if they were doing like some sort of incantation or what was going on, but it just seemed like for no reason at all, he becomes Halloween Jack. And then he basically just starts hunting people. You know, very amateur acting and production, and the story wasn't super interesting. Overall, guys, I gave this one a 2 out of 5. That is it for this week, guys. Like I said, I hope you guys have happy holidays, Merry Christmas, all that great stuff. And I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you haven't already, subscribe for our videos, share the suggested videos. For more movie news, check out my website, bobsmoviereview.com. And I'll see you guys next time.